Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail of longing for them all the day long.
Here come, this is the part I want to get to.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
And there shall be no might in thine hand. The so-called white man that says he's Jewish, he has the economic might and the military might to recover all the remnants of his people. Is he not chasing down the war, what's the term? The war criminals. They're hunting down every Nazi, every bar of gold that was stolen. They're getting it back. But guess what?
That's
all that stuff that the Nazis took from them, they got from our people. And the Bible prophesies about the real Israelites. There shall be no might in thine hand. We don't have the economic might to recover our 12 tribes together. We don't have the military might to recover our 12 tribes of Israel. I heard dumb Gary Coleman before he died. When the earthquake hit Haiti, he said, why are we sending people over there?
Yep.
They're not our people.
Yep.
I said, this dude is stupid as hell. And I'm see why the Most High put him to death.
My wife.
You got people speak against the people in Brazil. They ain't our, those are our people in Brazil. Yeah. They said the majority of slaves brought to Brazil. And you got Negroes on this side of the world. Them they're not our people. Our people just dumb as hell. There shall be no might in thine hand. So the might only comes through this Bible. This is our only might, brothers. This is our only might. And Lord's will. Lord's Bezalel, do you have the billboard? The Lord had Sister Bugsy design it, but Bezalel altered it a little bit. This is it. Y'all see that? Let's get the Most High a hand. If we can get one of these in every city where Israel is, believe me, it's going to cause a stir. It will cause a stir, and that's what we want. We want the ministers and the leaders of society to confront this truth, and only the Israelites have the answer. What you going to say, Elsa?
That's beautiful. I love to see what I'm seeing there, because we got to get this thing going. Got to get it going, so that's beautiful. For the brothers and the sisters that's got their hands in this truth to make this thing happen, all praises to you. Beautiful. All praises to the Most High for putting the spirit on you to get this job done. That's a beautiful thing to see.
This is what we need. We need brothers and sisters that got that zeal. Let's keep this truth going. The rest of y'all that don't want to, God gonna move y'all out the way. That's why I don't get too attached to none of y'all. That way my feelings don't get hurt when y'all gone. Oh, the brother gone? Okay, let's keep it moving. That's it. The Most High gonna bring in them brothers and sisters that want to do this work. And that's all I'm looking for. That is it. This ain't about, oh, hold my hand, I'm your friend. Go to hell. You ain't about nothing but stopping this truth. Now, Bezalel, in that same thing, there's something called the catacombs. I want you to take a look. Give me that in Hosea chapter 3:14.
Hosea 3 verse 4. For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king, and without a prince, and without a sacrifice, and without an image.
And without what?
An image.
And without an image. I want to go to the top, Bezalel. The actual book, the cover of the book.
We want everyone to pay attention. Okay? Focus on what we're showing you, because this is not something that's going to happen in your everyday church or college or anywhere. In your universities, for those of you that go to college, you're not going to see this. Trust me when I say that. We've been in the colleges, we taught in the colleges, we brought these records to the students in the colleges, and they didn't even know that these books existed in their libraries.
This is entitled The Unknown Catacomb. Okay, a unique discovery of early Christian art.
Go into it, brother.
It was put together by Antonio Ferrua. Can we read Acts 11:26 like that?
Come on with it.
Now remember we read about the children of Israel will abide many days without a king, a sacrifice, and without an image. The image of who the Israelites were and are was stripped from us. But the Most High has had these records preserved for us today. So that not only when we see this, because Esau do the Jedi mind trick on you, what you're seeing is not really what it is. These pictures were burned in the fire. That's why they look dark.
I got all that.
You got all that? Good,
I got all
good.
that.
We're going to read all that. But even when you read the scriptures, so the Bible in conjunction with these books will let you know that the truth is here. That the Bible is the one true book upon the planet Earth. You looking for that, y'all?
I'm looking
Did you
for
get
a whole
Acts
lot.
11:26? Acts 11:26.
Acts 11,
Kill him.
verse 26. You get now?
Yeah, read it.
Acts 11, verse 26. And when he had found him, he brought him unto Antioch. And it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church, and taught much people. And the disciples were called Christians first in Antioch.
The disciples were first called Christians in Antioch. The Christians were only the disciples of Christ. The disciples of Christ were only Israelites. They were not all races.
Right.
Okay? So now, this book called the Catacombs, I just want to get the actual writing. Bezalel, I had, it's in there, right here. It says, of over 50 known catacombs in Rome. The catacombs were underground burial grounds where the Israelites, we would bury our dead, and we used those catacombs, which was a labyrinth throughout cities. We would use them as meeting places because Rome had put an edict out to put us all out, and that we had to die for keeping the commandments. Can you give me that in Acts where it said the Rome kicked us all out?
Yep. Acts 18.
Acts 18. I'm going to show you the history behind this thing. This is what happened. Okay.
Acts 18, verse 1.
Acts 18, verse 1.
After these things, Paul departed from Athens and came to Corinth, and found a certain Jew named Aquila,
And found a certain Jew named Aquila.
born in Pontus, lately come from Italy,
Lately come from Italy, that's in Rome,
with his wife Priscilla,
with his wife Priscilla,
because that Claudius
because Claudius Caesar
had commanded all Jews to depart from Rome, and came unto them.
You see that? They made an edict and had all Jews depart from Rome. They kicked us out of Rome. So there was a time where we had burial grounds called catacombs. I'm going to read it. Of over 50 known catacombs in Rome, most are denied to our curiosity in... Can we get to the side, Bezalel? Will it move
So
over?
you can see, so you can read the rest of it.
Okay, denied to our curiosity in order to protect their wall paintings, which even human breath could damage irreparably. The 5 open to the public, the Agnes Catacombs, Callistus Catacombs, Domitilla Catacombs, Priscilla Catacombs, and Ad Catacombus in St. Sebastian, are visited by more than 1 million people each year. I'm going to jump down. Still implicit in such a visit are the risks that were run from the 1st to the 4th centuries AD by the sect called the Christians. That's what we just read in Acts 11:26. Those were the disciples of Christ.
Go ahead with it, bro.
Against whom the Roman Senate had issued severe edicts, and for whom more than one emperor had demonstrated his aversion. They was throwing us to the lions. Okay?
That's what this talks about.
So now, let's look at some of those pictures, right? See that black tunnel down there? You had to go down all of those stairs right there. This took years and years in the making. We shoveled all that out and used as hiding passages from Rome. Okay? Now pull back. Go to the next picture. This is on one of the walls. Look, pull that one in. It says the sacrifice of Isaac. Okay? Look at Abraham. That's Abraham holding the sword. Can we pan in? Do y'all see what Abraham looks like right there? That's a black man. That is a black man holding a sword. All right? Ain't no doubt. Go to the next one. This is the forefather Sam. This is on the walls in the catacombs. Can we look? Do you see Samson's face? Do y'all see his face? This is Negroes here. Okay? Black men. See, the wall is white. You can see the difference between the wool and his skin. You can see the woolly hair. Now I'm stressing that because Yahusop's going to show us something in some of the statements. Let's see what else we got, Bezalel. That was it, all I said? All right, Yahusop, go ahead.
All right. Well, first of all, let me start off with Rome. Since we're talking about Rome, let's talk about Rome. This is a book entitled Imperial Rome,
Right.
of all places.
By Time Life?
Time Life Books, the largest book publishing company on the planet Earth. Let's see what the good book says. What I'm about to show you here, you heard the elder bring up about the catacombs, about those being areas where the Israelites used to flee from when they were throwing us into the arenas to fight the lions and the tigers and the bears, right? Y'all just saw that, right? But somebody might have in their mind that those were not so-called Negroes. Somebody might be thinking that way. See, you gotta think deep. Because somebody looked at those pictures and said, you know what, they look kind of black, but they're not quite black.
Can you explain?
Now, wait a minute, let's read the writing first. Because the pictures speak 1,000 words, but Esau could do the Jedi mind trick and make them think that these look like Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
So you gotta get the words. You gotta let them see the words. So let's get the words.
Page.
Right here. Here, read that. Right over here.
All right,
Right here.
oh, okay. The second paragraph I'm reading. The more unusual the contest, the better the Romans liked it.
This is talking about in the arenas when they had us, when they were throwing us to the lions and the tigers. But like that movie Gladiator, a lot of y'all watched that, didn't realize that that was you in the arena. A lot of our people go watch these things like Spartacus and all that. That's talking about our people. Our people don't know any history at all. They're sitting up in college. Read.
The more unusual the contest, the better the Romans liked it. Gladiators.
Ho. What?
Gladiators.
So the gladiators, keep that word in your mind. What?
Gladiators often fought with mismatched weapons.
So the gladiators fought with mismatched weapons. That's the reason why a lot of us was running, because the fights were uneven. And we were hiding down there. When we were down there, we were painting pictures of ourselves all over the walls. Come on.
Negroes.
Wait a minute. What?
Negroes, a rare sight in Rome,
Go ahead.
were
I'm
matched.
going to deal with that red side in Rome in a minute.
Were matched with each other.
So who were the gladiators? Talk to me! Read it again.
Negroes, a rare sight in Rome, were matched with each other.
So who were matched with each other? What are they? Gladiators. So the next time you watch these pictures, know who the hell you're looking at. That's right. Okay, so now let's see what this cracker meant when he said a rare sight in Rome.
We just read that a whole bunch of them was in Rome.
So come look at these pictures. Come look at these pictures all over the wall mosaics.
Somebody come.
A rare sight in Rome. What do you mean a rare sight in Rome? When they got all these pictures of us.
Hold it up.
Show it to, pass it around. Let them get an eyeball of that. Let the women see that thing too. They said a rare sight in Rome. Does that look like a rare sight in Rome to you? With all those pictures? Look at the one down there at the bottom with holding the other one. Look at his hair. He got the black beard and the black hair, and his skin is dark. You'll see that, don't you?
Yep.
What's rare about that? See, he'll put that in there. He put that little slip in there to the Jedi mind trick. A rare sight in Rome. Oh, it wasn't many of them. When all of those mosaics are showing you that they're all black. The musicians at the top, get the top of it. Where you got the people playing the instruments, like our people like to sing in the choir. Well, they had us doing that over there too. Get the musicians and all that, at the top and all that. Look at the mismatch when it said they fought with mismatched weapons. You got the relics of showing you what they look like. See the musicians? See the musicians over here? You see the guy with the horn? See the people sitting down playing the music? Yeah. All those are black people. That's what they call a rare sight in Rome. King size lie. There ain't nothing rare about us. We were in Rome. We were the children of those that fled out of Jerusalem in 70 AD, that was rounded up and brought into Rome and made slaves until we overthrew the Roman Empire in 193 AD. That's right. And ruled Rome all the way up to 1453 with the battle at Constantinople. That's right. That's the history that you don't know. Okay? All right.
All right, here's a, to prove further, we had a book that showed the catacombs, how we built underground walkways and buried our dead. We fled into Africa from Roman persecution, West Africa. We did the same thing there. It says, because of, this page 118 from Babylon to Timbuktu. I always read this book all the time. It says, because of Roman and Arab persecution. It says the Jews, it says these Jews constructed subterranean synagogues and underground houses. Slopes, page 118 and 119. It says Slots visited the strongholds of these troglodyte Jews, who were forced to live in the underground, in the early part of this century. The Jews had built compartments 3 and 4 stories underground, containing a population of 30,000. He says they had shops, stores, schools, and synagogues all underground. The achievements of these Jews prove what a persecuted society can do under adverse conditions. These Jews had a foundation to build on. Unlike other persecuted people, they had their history, culture, laws, language, and skills. They are all of a fine, dark type. That's the Jews living in West Africa.
Okay, here's some more information. This is the same book. I'm going to page 48. I'm going to let the elder read this, and then I'm going to let y'all see the picture.
Now, okay, this is page 48. Okay. And don't forget we want that too.
Okay, all right, we're gonna get there. So keeping in the context, I like that word. You're taking it out of context, so we're gonna stay within the context of what we're talking about. We just read about the gladiators were Negroes, right? Y'all with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's read one other passage. Don't show them the picture yet.
All right, on the top left, I just want to say this. There's
That's the
amphitheater, Coliseum.
Right.
Okay, now I'm going to read the caption at the bottom left. A triumphant lion, brought to a pitch of madness by starvation, prepares to devour a fallen gladiator.
A fallen what?
Fallen gladiator.
Class, who are the gladiators? Negroes. Show them the picture. Out of Time Life books. I think they're ready for it now.
Get alive.
Give the
Show me
camera
the
an eyeful of that.
amphitheater, the Coliseum, top right.
Look at the hair.
Let me see the Coliseum.
Get the Coliseum.
That's the Coliseum.
Underneath the Coliseums and throughout Rome, you had those catacombs. That's what we were talking about.
Right.
Are y'all with me? Yeah. I know this is a lot to swallow, because the only thing they taught you in school was Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. So I know it's a lot. This is a lot to handle. This is a big pill that you're trying to swallow. I understand that.
Now
don't worry, you'll be okay in the morning.
Now show the fallen gladiator. See the lion? Show around something.
Yeah. You see the lion on the top, right? They said that this lion was starved was not fed to the brink of starvation.
Right.
Then they let him loose on the brother. Look at his hair on the statue.
Y'all see the hair? Zoom in close so
they can see. So what did we read in the same book about who the gladiators were? Negroes. So doesn't that look like one? Look at the hair.
Yeah.
Now you notice that the nose is missing.
Right. And the lips is missing.
I'm going to talk about that too. That's a period in history that they call iconoclasm. Right. I'm going to read that out of this book here. Okay? So that y'all can understand that. This is the reason why you're forbidden to go to certain sections of the libraries and stuff, because your information is in there. Certain sections of the bookstores, and me and this brother used to tour the bookstores to Lower Manhattan years ago, and we always used to get questioned about why we in these certain sections, because we knew what the hell we were looking for. We knew what the hell we were looking for.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of these books come from.
And remember we read earlier about certain catacombs is not open to the public.
Right.
It's not so much that the paintings are frail.
Right.
The real reason is because they have not touched them up yet.
I'm going to get all of that.
Now, can we show me that again? I'm going to show you another picture in the catacombs in this book. This painting is one of the ones in the catacombs that I didn't print out. Oh, here you go. Get alive. It says, now this is inside the catacombs. This says, a Romanized Christ is shown as the Good Shepherd in this painting, found in a Christian catacomb in Rome. Can we show
there you go.
the Romanized Christ? This is in one of the catacombs.
And y'all thought we were crazy. Y'all thought we were crazy. You know those pictures are almost thousands of years old.
Exactly. And they show Jesus Christ in the catacombs black.
You see that?
Look at his tunic is white. But look at his skin.
Look at the hair on his head.
Right.
Just like the book of Revelation said.
Yep. Now, it's Romanized because, like I told you, when Esau released some of these things, they already went in and touched them.
I got that right.
You got all that in that book?
This is the day.
And these are the things you want and must show your children, because you'll get dumb doctrines out there. Don't show any black images of Jesus or none of the Israelites, because it's idolatry. Shut up. Wicked as hell, just to hide the truth. Yes, Bezalel.
If you look closely at the artwork, the edges are dark and the centers are light. So you can tell that's where they touched it up from the middle outward.
Right.
A lot of times they avoid the edges because they'll ruin the shape of it. So if you look closely, the edges are really dark.
Exactly.
And even when they do paintings over the heads, if you notice, they're always round, as if they had hair.
Right.
But they do it like a head covering sometimes.
Or a halo.
Or a big head.
Right. Okay, go ahead.
All right, now. All right. Y'all had enough of this meal. Let me give you.
Can we get Acts 13 and 1?
Yeah, that's right. Come on with it.
Let's get Acts
Bring
13
these
and 1.
scriptures in there.
Acts 13 verse 1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger.
Called what?
Niger.
Niger is the root of the word nigger, and it means black. So they was calling certain prophets and teachers, yo black, like today, yo black, yo what's up black?
Yep.
It was a slang term. So what we're showing you in conjunction with the Bible is reality. This is what society has spent billions to hide. And believe me when I tell y'all, society, the school system, the government spends trillions of dollars to keep this information hidden from our people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because once our people realize that they're the great men of history, they're going to come out of that dumb, low mind state. They're going to stop hating each other. That's why you brothers got a big job to do. You don't realize it yet. Come on.
Right. So, you know what? And a lot of these books that I have, I didn't bring it with me, but a couple of the books that I have, because these were used. Understand that. Used. And when they were used, this particular bookstore that we used to go to is a bookstore that allows you to bring your books to sell them to the bookstore.
Right.
Because they would resell them. So a lot of the books would have notes written in there by previous owners. One particular book that I have had the name of the guy who owned it. I believe his name was Raymond or something. Raymond. And he had the book, and he had given it as a gift to a guy named Seth, S-E-T-H, Edomites, but they were taking them names. So he said, best wishes such and such. The point that I'm making is that these so-called white scholars, they have the records, and they pass the records back and forth among themselves. I'm reading that this was a gift to another guy, and it's all our history. You understand? But you won't know nothing about it, because they keep this information for themselves. It's important for them to do that, because they have to know what not to allow you to get hold to. So they have to study it. They have to study it. I remember I was talking about this particular book that I also had, which was called, that book that I bought about the Native Americans. What was it, the one that you ordered for me, Bezalel? What was the name of it? That paperback book? I can't remember it.
Most tribes.
No.
The history? No, something.
Puerto Rico.
Something history of Puerto Rico.
That one. There was something like, I can't remember the name of it. It slips my mind. The flame of resistance. That one. And they talk about, there's a Puerto Rican tale, quote unquote Puerto Rican tale, that talks about a tyrant that wanted to put the island of Puerto Rico in captivity. But they said the first thing we need to do is to remove the truth from the people. So as they remove the truth from the people, they themselves will know what the truth is, but the point is to not allow the people to get hold to it, because if they ever find out the truth, we're in trouble.
Right.
So they don't get it wrong. They have to know the truth to know what not to teach you.
Right. Exactly.
You understand? So that's why these books exist. That's the reason why these books exist. They don't exist because they want you to get them. No, they exist so they can know what to read and stay abreast with, so that they know what not to teach you. You understand? So now we're going to talk about a little bit of that. All right, now, Now I'm going into another book. Name of this book is called, hope I ain't skip anything.
You want to read the icons?
Now I'm going to get that later. I'm coming to that.
All right.
This is a book entitled Our Living Bible. Very expensive book. As you can see, it doesn't look cheap. Okay?
All right. This is page 360.
Right there. I didn't even mark it yet.
What, here?
Thus.
Oh, thus.
You remember this?
Yeah, I got this book at home.
Okay.
It says, thus the Israelite priests were dressed in white linen.
Thus the who?
Israelite priests were dressed in white linen.
Where's this picture from?
Priests on a fresco from Dura Europus, 3rd century AD.
3rd century AD. That's how old this picture is.
Dura Europus is in Upper Syria.
Okay? Now, show them what the priests look like. Are y'all ready?
Now, in case y'all doubted the other pictures with the catacombs, well, maybe they might be light-skinned black. But we're going to show you this one. You tell me if this is black or black.
They got white linen on now, remember. From the 3rd century AD. Thus were the what? Israelite priests dressed in white linen. What color are they? Come on, get the picture. Okay. Look at the clothes that they're wearing as compared to the feet and the head out of the turban. That's what they have on their heads. Okay? Can y'all see that? Okay, pass that around, let them see that thing. This is in one of the oldest synagogues on the planet. Okay? I didn't forget your thing that you sent me also.
And why do y'all think that our forefathers left so many pictures of themselves? Why do y'all think they did that? They had nothing better to do than leave paintings of themselves? Anybody got a clue? Joel?
Our forefathers had an understanding of the enemies, the ways of the enemies. Like during the Greek captivity in Maccabees 3:48, the Greeks did the same thing that the Romans did. So to repeat a pattern, that they know in the future that they will have to leave pictorial evidence of who the Israelites were.
Exactly. Our forefathers had that understanding. And that's why our forefathers painted so many pictures, so many paintings across Europe, across Asia. It was so much that Esau could not destroy all of it. Too many. And that was for us, our benefit today, our sons and our daughters' benefit today. All right?
Only if we would teach it to our children.
Right, and we're supposed to teach that thing to our children so that they can know that we're teaching them the truth. Okay? You have something else?
Well, I think it's in that book.
Let's see that.
I'm saving your part for last.
Those are images.
Right.
You couldn't take pictures, so we drew them.
Exactly.
You don't worship them either.
Do y'all understand what y'all looking at? This is precious information. You're not going to find this in a comic book or nothing. This is nowhere near the level of a comic book. Very few scholars have this in their repertoire. Okay? Now.
And that's why these books, they're starting to up the prices on these things.
They're out of print.
Or make them out of print, right.
Or like Yawasab pointed out, when he first took me in the store to buy them, he used to say, Asaph, buy it now, because when you come back, it's going to be gone. One time, he waited outside and I just went to the ATM and the book was gone. Because when these people hear you asking for the books, he used to brief me. He said, when you walk in the store, just go, it's over there. Don't ask them nothing. As soon as you start asking them questions, they want to know why this Negro wants this book.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
We're going to get some more. Now this class is going to get some of our brothers and sisters angry who hate images of our people.
Spaniards.
Them Spaniards.
Just
That's
be
what
clear, you other Israelite cats that are good for nothing. Let's just be clear. Let's just put it out there. Let's not sugarcoat it. You Israelite cats that are good for nothing, that don't want to depict your people in the true state that they are.
And we're going to look at some of this truth right now. This is an icon, a photograph of a painting that is. This is the brothers already saw, so they're going crazy already. These are the two archangels.
Damn.
I think one is Michael and the other one is Gabriel.
Oh, man.
Show them that.
Dang. You can't argue that.
The name of this book is The Icon. Let me hold up the cover. The name of this book is called The Icon. We want to show them this picture.
Damn.
Here.
The archangels.
Walk up to the camera.
The archangels. I can know.
archangels.
I know why he's trembling, because he's holding some precious stuff there.
Right there.
That's okay.
Argue that.
Get a white man out of that. That's Michael and Gabriel.
Damn.
Get mad now.
So if the children that went to that pool knew about this, they wouldn't be all set up and all
Yeah.
messed up in their mind.
And a black woman wouldn't be crying because the white man wouldn't marry.
them. They out of their mind. This is what they don't have. Look at them pictures.
Look at the afros
You
on.
think a so-called Negro know anything about this? No. Because his preacher won't show it to him, because the preacher don't know, and the schools will not teach him.
They didn't get to that picture. They
Right.
Write that out.
They didn't whitewash that one
They
yet.
ain't get to that yet.
They missed
ain't
that
get to
one.
that yet. I'm gonna read about that. I'm gonna read about that whitewashing.
Damn.
I ain't done yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Nope.
Now you can't get nothing. You can't get nothing else out of that but what you're seeing.
Right. In case the catacombs was too light for some of y'all.
That's crystal clear how black those men
Those is
are.
kind of light. They might be Puerto Ricans,
That's
but
too much for them. Right now they're having a. Okay. All right. Come on back.
Come back.
There's a lot in this book, but let me get to some of the writing now so you can understand what has happened. When we talked about, when I mentioned earlier, I mentioned about when the Israelites fled out of Jerusalem in 70 AD and were rounded up and brought into Rome. Well, actually, the ones that fled out fled into Africa, but then there was a group that came into Jerusalem and took Israel into captivity, took them into Rome.
Right.
And they were made slaves, and that's what we were showing you about the gladiators and all of that. Okay, so in 193 AD, a man named Severus Septimius, black man,
Right.
rose up with the gladiators that was in the army because Rome liked them. Rome liked the way the gladiators fought, so he ended up putting a lot of them in his armies.
That's the movie Gladiator is based on. Russell Crowe is posing as Septimius Severus. It's a story revolving around that story, basically.
Okay, y'all got that? So what ended up happening was that they overthrew the whole Roman Empire and ruled Rome all the way up to 1453 with the battle at Constantinople. Then in 1492 they ushered in the Renaissance. So now I'm going to read some information about what occurred during those times, because the Renaissance was about the rebuilding of white folks ruling. So
Can we read Maccabees?
there you go. You know I was waiting for that.
Let's get that
Come on in it.
Because we're going to get Maccabees in conjunction with Deacon Yalsop's going to bring up out of this book. I know some of y'all think we full of hot air, but we got the artifacts.
How many of y'all like what y'all seen today? Raise your hand and say aye. All right.
First Maccabees 3, verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Where the what?
Wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
There's God giving you the backup to what we're about to read right now. Read that again, please.
And laid open the book of the law.
And laid open the book of the law, which is the Bible, because our Bibles used to have images of like what we're reading here. This was not new to our people.
Right.
Our people, you see them doing this on the walls. What make you think that we didn't put our pictures in our book?
That's right.
Come on.
And laid open the book of the law,
Laid open the Bible,
wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
wherein the heathen, the nations, the white man, sought to paint the likeness of their images in our book.
Yep.
That's where these picture Bibles come from, with these white men in it talking about their Jesus and Moses and these Jehovah Witness comic books and all that garbage, showing the Israelites as white people. A bunch of lies. Okay, read it again.
And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So they put their images throughout all throughout our Bible. Now let's read about the time period that they started doing this. This is a book, well, this is in the book, the same book called Iconoclasm.
Page 11.
Page 11. So what I want to say here was somebody was asking about the author of the book. These different authors dedicated different parts of it, because I see Kurt Weitzman was the person that dealt with this part of the book.
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1. So the top of the page says iconoclasm. What does the word iconoclasm mean? Read that. Read it for me. Come on with it.
Right from here?
Yeah.
This is chapter 1. The Icons of Constantinople. This was organized by Kurt Weitzman. It says, Iconoclasm. Venetian looting in 1204 and the sack by the Turks in 1453 are the main reasons why only very few icons have survived in Constantinople.
So in 1453, that was the time period that Rome, where they overthrew us in Rome. Okay, read it again.
Iconoclasm. Venetian looting in 1204 and a sack by the Turks in 1453 are the main reasons why only very few icons have survived in Constantinople.
While very few icons have survived in where?
Constantinople.
Good, that's in Rome. Come on.
It may seem daring, therefore, to write an entire chapter on the icons of the capital, yet the situation is not quite so hopeless as might appear at first glance.
So what is this guy selling you? He said, listen, they had a campaign to before I even go any further, look up iconoclasm. Somebody look it up. Let's look up what that word means. Y'all can almost tell what the name means just by breaking down the word itself.
It says iconoclasm is short for iconoclast.
All right, y'all listen good. Listen.
Iconoclast means a breaker or destroyer of images.
Did y'all hear that? I don't think they heard that.
A breaker or destroyer of images.
A breaker or destroyer of what?
Images.
Of images, meaning icons. The word icon is talking about images of famous people. Pictures of famous people. Come on.
Especially those set up for religious veneration.
Come on.
A person who attacks cherished beliefs, traditional institutions, etc. as being based on error or superstition.
Now they're going into the other parts of the quote-unquote religious parts, but give me the first line of it.
A breaker or destroyer of images.
A breaker or destroyer of images. Do you realize when they destroyed the image of Christ and gave you the white, so-called white Jesus, that was an act of iconoclasm? How many of y'all realize that? By teaching your children that Christ is a white man was an act of iconoclasm, which translates into an act of war against you and your children.
Racism.
Racism in its purest form. Because the Bible tells you what Christ looked like. These people are going to say, no, we're not accepting that because we're racist. And we want to put up somebody, and we're going to lay open the book of the law, and we're going to paint our images in there. I'm going to quote the scriptures.
Right.
Now, read.
All right, I'm going to read on. It says, icons existed not only as panel paintings.
No, hold. Y'all with me now? Settle down. Settle down. It may seem, read that part again.
Okay, it may seem daring, therefore, to write an entire chapter on the icons of the capital. Yet the situation
this part right here. Yet the situation
is not quite so hopeless as might appear at first glance.
So what is he saying there? He said that the situation doesn't seem so hopeless because he's already introduced the fact that iconoclasm has already happened. But he's saying, but the situation is not so hopeless. So what is he saying? We found some that were not totally destroyed. Right. Because his sister, he said, I found some. That's why it's not so hopeless. Let's see what he says.
Icons existed not only as panel paintings, but also as frescoes and wall mosaics, some of which have emerged from layers of whitewash.
Whoa, wait a minute. Some of what?
Some of which have emerged.
Some of these famous pictures have emerged
from layers of whitewash.
From what?
Layers of whitewash.
From layers of the white paintbrush. From layers of the breaking and destroying of our images. Some escaped. That's what he's saying. We've discovered some. They didn't put this in the book for you.
Right.
They put this in the book
for their people.
How many so-called Negroes you know have this in their collection? I'm talking about so-called scholars. Don't have any kind of book nowhere near. A so-called black scholar will have no idea what we're talking about. Come on, read it again. To highlight it.
Icons existed not only as panel paintings, but also as frescoes and wall mosaics, some of which have emerged from layers of whitewash.
Stop right there. From layers of whitewash.
This is a painting of St. George. I want to show you how the layers of whitewash, they uncovered some, it took away the white layer of paint. Look at St. George. You got the right one? Yeah. You see the outer layer and a layer under it. Coming? You see the tone in his face? Around the mouth is dark. Certain parts of the fingertips dark. Because over it was a white image. And under it was the real image. That's what the author was explaining. You see it? You see it? It was a black man under it, but on top they had a Caucasian. That's what they did with all the black art throughout Europe.
Wow. That means the white paint wasn't as good and didn't set in.
Exactly. Exactly right.
Right with his lips, his nose. Look at his fingers.
Yeah.
Okay? The blackness, they couldn't cover it. How many white people you see with an afro like that? Okay? He got the owl sharpened perm on.
Now look at the drawings around the big painting. Those are the paintings of the disciples. Look at them. Those are black images.
All right, I'm going to go a step further. I'm going to show you now, there were stages in their whitewashing. Because do y'all remember the first picture that I showed? Yeah, you got to hold on to that. That's part of the awesome. Don't kill him yet. We showed what the Israelites looked like that were dressed in white linen. You remember how dark they were, right? That picture was untouched. Yeah. Now I'm going to show you what these people do. Get it out, come up here. Now this right here is one step of their whitewashing. Now y'all might say, what's going on here? Why is he showing this? Come back up here for a second. I need both of y'all to hold these books side by side. I want y'all to notice that you're looking at the same picture. One was daubed one time with whitewashing. The second one, they redid it again to completely get rid of the color. Hold your book open. Pull it back, let the class see it first. I want to point out, step back and say, we're going to get it for the camera. I want everybody in the class to see this first. What y'all looking at in this book here is one layer of whitewashing. You see it still has a lot of color in the picture, right? Yeah. Over here is when they completely destroyed it. It's the exact same picture. Somebody take a look at it close and you look at the different details and you'll see that it's the exact same picture. But they went further and destroyed it with this one here. That's what we were reading in this book about iconoclasm. Y'all with me? Yes. Okay, now show it to them on the video.
So y'all see the different stages they took in the whitewashing. And this was Endure Europus also.
Right.
This is Ezekiel.
They're both from the same place.
Right, Ezekiel.
That's the Valley of the Dry Bones.
Right, and they different stages of the whitewash.
Right, exactly. That was Ezekiel and the Valley of the Dry Bones. That's what you're looking at there. Out of this same book, it shows a painting of the prophet Moses.
That's Moses.
The prophet.
No, that's Moses.
No, that's Moses.
Oh, that's
Moses. He's got the burning bush and the 10 Commandments in his arm, and man, them some bad garments that they wear.
Yeah.
The prophet Moses, and the other picture is the prophet David with the crown on his head. Mm-hmm. And this right here is the apostle Andrew down here at the bottom. So now, show these pictures. Look at Moses.
Show Moses first. Point to Moses.
Now, when you look at these pictures, think about Charleston Heston playing Moses in the 10 Commandments.
That's Moses.
That's Moses with the burning bush. Look, get that head. Get the
garment. Damn.
Look at the majesty of how we rolled. Looking like bums. What the hell is this? We ain't supposed to be no bum people. Look at them bad garments, man. Damn, we were some bad people.
And he's holding the 10 Commandments in his left hand.
Now that's what you call royalty on a painting.
That's Moses. Now,
That's Moses.
Go to David now, right next
Now
to
get
him.
David. The other way. The other way.
Right there is King David.
Oh, man.
Holding the Bible in his hand. You can see they tried to touch it with them brush, but they didn't finish it. That's King David holding a Bible in his hand. Look how big it is.
Get the rest of the garments. Come on down. So, look at that.
Green and gold? Damn. He got green and gold on.
You see diamonds and all that. This is the way our people would. Let me tell you something. When the so-called Spaniards showed up on the island of Puerto Rico and all that, this is what they found. Our people were dressed like this. That's why they went stone cold crazy, robbing and killing. Because they saw this is how we were rolling. Y'all don't understand that. They tell you were a bunch of bums waiting for the white man to come civilize you. You crazy as hell. You don't know how great you were.
Could you show the fringes on the bottom of his garment?
Yeah, please. Go back.
Please show those fringes. Look how long they were.
And they're all around the garment, not in the four
All
corners.
around the garment.
For you Jewish Negroes out
Okay,
there.
look how thick they are.
This is some beautiful stuff here, brothers and sisters.
Deacon Shawsa. Esau has messed up with that. Esau, man, they give you a job to do. You messed up.
Hey, they tried to lighten it. Look at his hands. But they was like, this Negro's too black. We can't pull this off.
They said, darkness!
They said they couldn't do it. They tried it in his neck, his beard,
Look at the neck.
and look, it was not working. Just leave it alone.
But I want y'all to realize this, because we're looking at this, and you actually get to face it. You get to confront the realization that our people are tricked, our people have been lied to by our enemies. Our people have. You're seeing it live and direct.
Can we read the scripture?
Yes, absolutely.
Deuteronomy 33:17.
That's right. Come on with it. Give me some scriptures on this thing before I lose my mind. All right, get a line. Come on back with it. Let me get it back.
Oh, it didn't show Andrew at the bottom.
Get Andrew.
That's Peter's brother.
Right, that's Peter's brother.
Check that out.
Oh, they tried to touch
They
him
started
too.
working on him too.
You see those, the brush strokes.
But what did the beginning of the book say? Some of which have emerged from layers of whitewash.
He's holding in a pistol in his hand, a letter.
Deuteronomy 33 verse.
Is it 17 or what verse is it? No, I want the one about your enemies all the way down in the 29.
Oh,
29? Yeah.
33 and 29.
Deuteronomy 33 verse 29.
All right, Andrew. Get him, Andrew. Get him.
Come on.
Deuteronomy 33 verse 29. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Lord, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency. And thine enemies shall be found liars.
Our enemies what?
Shall be found liars.
This is what we're showing y'all today. Our enemies are found liars. So all these classes we're going through, brothers and sisters, take note and take heed and be diligent. Okay?
Here we go.
Can we see Peter and Paul?
Yeah, I'm gonna get to them.
Acts 21 verse 37.
Paul is the one with the receding hairline. Peter is the one they tried to touch up. Peter had an afro. Look at Peter. Do you see the brush strokes where they tried to make his hair straight? But look at the skin. Both of them is black men. Read it again.
And as Paul was to be led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, May I speak unto thee? Who said, Canst thou speak Greek? Art not thou that Egyptian?
So Paul was mistaken as an Egyptian. Look at it. Dark skin of the tribe of Benjamin. That was it, right?
Yeah, and Peter was called Niger in Acts 13 verse 1.
Right.
Read that earlier.
Exactly. Thank you, Get Alive.
The image of Peter and Paul. I wanted to point out that notice when you see these old images, when they whitewash them, you see how his hair makes up the most part of his head on the left?
Yep.
They'll take that and make that the whole head. To cover up the fact that they had woolly textured hair and that it was shaped in the form of afros. You see what I'm saying? So you see, like, they started whitewashing this one, but they didn't get to the other one yet, on the right.
Yep, exactly. Thank you, Get Alive.
Now, Scripture, right? This picture that we're going to show here is of the Bible in the Gospels. It's about the man that was being healed of the palsy by Christ in the house. Y'all remember that? It's in the book of Matthew. I got the scripture written here, Matthew 9:2-7. Okay? But our foreparents painted what Christ looked like with the man in the bed, picking up the bed and walking away after he was healed.
Right, can we read that? Matthew 9 and 6, verse 6.
But that ye may know that the Son of Man hath power on earth to forgive sins. Then saith he to the sick of the palsy, Arise, take up thy bed, and go unto thine house. And he arose and departed to his house.
So where we at? We just read about Christ and the palsy, right?
Right.
Now let's show the pictures.
Get alive.
Now if I'm not mistaken, these pictures that you see where it's Dura Europus, I believe that these pictures are in the synagogue that was adjoined to this house, where his brother had the synagogue attached to his house. When you read the book of Philemon,
You see Jesus Christ right there. See him pointing? You get a liar. Use your finger and so where he's pointing to the man in the bed. Right, that's Christ where he got his finger on his head. See the face is dark and he's pointing to the man in the bed. Then to the side, you see the next scene, the man carrying the bed on his back. That's what we just read in Matthew chapter 9, verse 6.
read it again. So they
Read it again,
read it again. Get the whole thing.
Matthew 9, verse 6. But that ye may know that the Son of Man hath power on earth.
Is that the beginning of it?
No, verse 1 is the beginning.
Verse 1 is the beginning.
We're getting to the point.
Oh, okay. All right, go ahead.
Verse 6. But that ye may know that the Son of Man hath power on earth to forgive sins. Then saith he to the sick of the palsy, Arise, take up thy bed, and go unto thine house.
Now, wait a minute. I want to make a point of this. This is Christ speaking, right? And Christ is making the point that this is what? He has the power to do what?
Have power on earth to forgive sins.
To forgive sins. To forgive sins. That's what the palsy was a result of. Do y'all understand that? That's showing you that the commandments of God is in effect. That's Christ himself speaking. Do y'all understand that? Yes. Read it again.
But that ye may know that the Son of Man hath power on earth to forgive sins.
To forgive sin. Come on.
Then saith he to the sick of the palsy.
Then saith he unto the man who was in sin, and the result of sin was the palsy. So this was an act of forgiveness. Come on.
Arise.
Arise. Go ahead.
Take up thy bed and go unto thine house. And he arose and departed to his house.
So that meant that his sins were forgiven. Y'all understand that?
And you see the man carrying his bed right there on the left. And look at Christ. That's one of the earliest paintings on the wall in the synagogue of Christ. Pointing to the man and forgiving him of his sins. Y'all see that? That is not a Caucasian man.
Not at all. You don't see no stringy hair on him. See what Gedaliah's finger is? Look at him. See?
Okay. All right, Don, you got the other painting?
Yeah. All right.
Yep. Now show this one. This is a painting of the Nativity of Christ.
Page 172.
Page 172 in the book, The Icon. No,
the other one.
Other one.
Yep.
It shows you the three wise men going to Christ as a baby. There's Joseph thinking. It says why he thought on these things. See Joseph at the bottom thinking. He's a black man. When you go up, see the child in the manger above it, and you see the three. They got three. It's got the three magi right there. Okay, above that you got the angel. Now to the right you got the angel going to, that's Mary. Look how black they are. And Mary's in the center right there. Mary's in the center. Then you got above it, you got the angel speaking with Mary again. So these are images of our ancestors as black men and women. And it's not idolatry, because we ain't praying to the painting. Simple. People simple as hell. Okay, y'all see that?
Yes, sir.
So it behoove y'all to get these books. Find these books and get them. All right?
You may show me, show the Joseph again. You see what in the bottom?
Bottom left. Show Joseph again. Right there.
Esau cannot put a wife in this way. Look at that thing.
Try to argue that one.
Yeah.
So I want to ask a question to the class. Y'all seeing all of the stuff that we're showing you up here. The question that should come to your mind is, why would this white man go so far as to destroy this art? What do you think the purpose of him doing it? Because he didn't have anything else better to do? Talk to me. Why do you think he would painstakingly go through all these efforts to destroy this information? To destroy what the people look like? I want some of these young brothers' hands. I know you older brothers, but I want somebody who's new to the class. I see them brothers with you, stand up.
They want us to be cut off from being a nation.
That's true.
They don't want to remember us anymore.
Right.
It says in scriptures.
Right. That is correct. But what this shows, what has just been displayed to you is an illustrated way of showing you how they did it. You understand?
It's a lot, man. I mean, it's just amazing the magnitude people, because they hate.
Right.
The magnitude of hate they have towards our people.
That's what you're seeing. You actually see the levels that they've gone to make sure that you stay stupid. That's the point. So that we can remain consumers, so that we can remain the economic wheels to keep their society rolling. We stay in sin, become coons and Negroes, and they just live it up at the expense of our ignorance. You understand? That's the reason why these are hidden from you. That's why people have never heard of books like Ancient Jewish Art and the book called The Icon and Our Living Bible, written by these prestigious scholars and all that. That's tucked away in these leading universities. Some of the books that some of the brothers got come from Harvard and Yale with these same images in it. Yeah. And you got Negroes that's going to these schools don't have a damn clue that these books are in their campus libraries. Liam.
Yeah, in the college me and Officer Young go to, we found the book Lost Tribes and Promised Lands, and I was the first one to take it out. It was dusty and it was out the first one. So that proves that our people don't read.
You see that? Now, how long ago was that?
This had to have been about March, April, around that, before the Passover.
So that was this year?
Yeah.
That book has been out for at least 20 years. Yeah. I had the book, me and him had the book 20 years ago. And this book has been sitting in that campus library untouched until you checked it out this year. You see that? That's a shame. That's a shame. And these are college kids. These are college students. And a lot of the people that's in the colleges are the subject of what these books are talking about.
Exactly. Can I show you a paint? This is a painting in Our Living Bible from the tomb of Nacht, 15th century BC. It shows Joseph and the Israelites in Goshen. Can you show them that? And get a white man out of that. That's inside one of the tombs. There's Joseph sitting, this is when he was sat on the throne of Egypt. Let's get it right. There's Joseph right there, holding a scepter, and you got the Israelites in Goshen. Okay, that's in one of the tombs. Painted on one of the tombs. Where's the Caucasian? There's the forefather Joseph, the father of Ephraim and Manasseh. Okay, and Israel and Goshen on the walls. Black. And you can't, they like to say that there was a fire that burned them. That's why their skin is like that. But look at his clothes, it's white. The wall was plastered white. Oh, y'all gotta stop falling for the okie doke. That old Jedi mind trick. Be okay, we ain't nothing. I walk around my pants below my butt. Okay. Kidding me? Go ahead, talk while I find something.
Yo, I tell you. Yeah. When you read, go to First Maccabees and read 3 and 48 again.
First Maccabees 3 verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So the heathens, which we know is the Greeks, right? The scripture said they paint their likeness and their images in the Bible. Why you all think they did that? What's the effect of them painting their images and their likenesses in the Bible? What was the effect? Ezekiel.
I'm sorry.
What was the effect?
The effect is, when they do things like that over the course of time, we would never think we were the ancient people of the Bible. We would never think we were the Jews. We would always think that it was them.
Exactly, and what that also do, it destroy the mind of our people. Because all these pictures we bringing out today, you see Christ, you see Moses, you see Peter, all right? All our forefathers was men of color, and they all had white woolly hair, all right? When they do that, put their image up, they put that low self, our people grow with that low self-esteem, thinking that they nothing, all right? That's why you got a lot of brothers and sisters today, they put on contacts, green contacts,
right. There you go.
They straighten their hair, they bleach their skin and all of that, trying to look like Esau, because they don't understand the greatness of how our forefathers really look. When they still got that state of mind that Esau is great. That's why they try to look like Esau. All right, but we bringing out all these pictures of how our forefathers look. This is to uplift our people, for all of you all to understand. Listen, this is how our forefathers look. They was men of color, all right? They had the woolly hair and all of that. These stuff is to uplift us,
right?
All right, for us to feel good and try to look like them.
That's right.
And don't try to look like the white man, all right?
Here's another one from Dura Europus. It shows Moses and the Israelites crossing the Red Sea. Look at that.
Dang.
That's on the wall. Look at Moses. He's the taller one. Both of them.
Now, I want y'all to get the understanding of what you're seeing. Look, because this, believe it or not, they tried to whitewash this.
Yeah. Look at his legs.
But look at the feet. They forgot the feet.
They forgot the face. The feet is lighter than the face.
But look at the
on the left. On the left, yeah.
They're trying to confuse you on the boots.
No. This man is a stone cold liar.
They got Uggs. Right, they wear Uggs. But look at Moses. Look at Moses standing there. Right there, Moses. I think both of them is Moses. Both of them is Moses, right. Black.
Two different scenes.
Two different scenes. The scene on the left is where the Egyptians were coming.
Right.
The one on the right is when Moses parted the Red Sea.
And you can see them drowning and all that.
Right.
With the other one. That's what the rod that he held over the Red Sea.
Right, and the Egyptians drowned right there. Look at all the brown dead bodies in the water.
Do they look the same color as Moses?
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So what do we know about the Egyptians? That they come out of Ham. So that means the Egyptians, Ham, and the Ethiopians got the same complexion. So that means Israelites look like them. You understand? That's the reason why they had to once again lie. Like when they made the movie, the 10 Commandments. They had the Egyptian king played as a white man, but then they had the Ethiopian king played by Woody Stroll. They couldn't lie about him because too many people know that the Ethiopians are dark people. They know that. They know they're black. They turn on the TV, see them starving and all that. They know that those are the black people. You understand? So they couldn't lie about flies. So they know they can't lie about them. So they said, but we're gonna lie about the Egyptians. Give me, yeah, I'm gonna read this. Give me the Bible dictionary about Ham, real quick. Because I just made a point that the Ethiopians and the Egyptians look alike. So they shouldn't have lied. But the reason why they lie is why? Because they want to continue to destroy us. And while he's doing that, where you at? Oh, okay, I'm showing the picture. You got to read all this.
Oh yeah. This is from the book.
Now, this is heavy now. This is super heavy.
Picture history of Jewish civilization.
No, wait a minute. Remember what I said, that I had a book that had this writing from this guy named Raymond the Seth?
Right.
Here it is.
Right here.
It's in this book.
1987, April 25th.
This is when the book was given to him. Dear Seth, read it.
Show it on the thing. Dear Seth, best wishes to you on this special day.
So
Raymond Montana. Showing that Esau was giving this book as a gift to another
Edomite. So what we're telling you is not lies.
At the very top, it is dated April 25th, 1987. So when you go to those used bookstores, they have these books that they pass one to another. It's not meant to get in our hands.
Y'all understand that? So the name of that book is what? Picture History of Jewish Civilization. So who's in this book? Jews.
And it was so-called Jews passing it to another so-called Jew.
Yep. That's why I think you got the name Seth.
Yep. Now let's look inside the book.
Yeah, bring the book back. Get page 12. Pictures of Jews.
Pictures? I gotta read it.
That's right, give it to him. Hang on now.
It says, the thousands of war captives who were transformed into slaves made it possible for the Egyptian kings to implement their feats of engineering. Chained captives are shown on these painted clay facing plaques from a building erected by Ramses II.
Ramses II, who was in captivity under Ramses II? Israel. So that's who the war captives are. Read it one more time again, please.
The thousands of war captives who were
thousands of Israelites
who were transformed into slaves made it possible for the Egyptian kings to implement their feats of engineering. Chained captives are shown on these painted clay-facing plaques from a building erected by Ramses II in honor of the king's brave warriors from the period of the 19th dynasty.
So you got these plaques that you are about to see actually came, listen good, came off of the walls of a building that was put up by Ramses. So this is not comic books that you're looking at. So those are the Israelites chained up. Look at them.
Yokes of iron.
Yokes of iron on their neck.
And those yokes are similar to the ones America used, like we see in many of the artifacts over here.
Look at the garment as compared to the face. Don't tell me that they didn't have color to paint if it was a white person.
Right.
These are the things you got to look at. Look at the, is that not a black person?
Yes. Take them out the nose.
Yep.
Okay, get the other one. The one on the other side.
Right. With the feather in the hair.
Right.
See the feather in the hair?
Yeah, that's a black woman.
That's a woman.
Yeah. With a yoke of iron on her neck.
Where did this come from? A building that was put up by Ramses II. You talking about thousands of years old that we're looking at. This is not a comic book. Okay? These are the books that these crackers pass back and forwards among each other while they ride the tour bus and laugh at you.
Yeah. And shake their head at them.
Shake their head.
At us.
So you see, this is a beautiful thing that we're bringing out. Okay? This is something that you should remember to all the days of your life. On how great the Lord is, because He allowed this information to reach our fingers, to teach it to our people. This is a great thing. If it had not been for the Lord, we'd have been lost forever. None of this information would have came out. We wouldn't even know nothing about the Bible. We would still be Negroes and coons. That's because that's what we were meant to be in this society according to them. But God said, no, I got a different plan. Even though you destroyed them, because I allowed you to do that, because they broke my laws, I'm going to bring them out of that ignorance, and I'm going to give them the whole planet Earth, and I'm going to give you to them. That's what the Most High is going to do. He's going to make them the property of us. He's going to make them our property, which is their rightful place, slavery.
Exactly. Now, I got to show you this thing. How Esau, a lot of them know that they are Esau. Where's that at, y'all? So you ain't got...
Yeah, I know where
you know where that.
Okay. You know I had to get that. Okay.
Remember we showed you earlier how one Edomite named Seth gave this book to another Edomite named
Raymond.
Raymond gave it to Seth.
He was from
now they read the book. Now I want y'all, I'm going to read, I want you to show this on film.
Are y'all ready?
On bottom of page 94. Right. I'm going to read the bottom.
Set it up again. Set it up one more time in case there was an audio glitch. These are the books that the white folks was passing back and forwards among themselves. And the elder made the point that these people read the book. So they've read what we are about to read. And they kept this information to themselves, which is okay. It's according to them, because they know who they are. But the problem is that we got hold to it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, go ahead.
Now I'm going to read it. It says, he sets a prophet of his choice over them, who will conquer the land of Israel for them, and they will come and restore it to the Jews. And there will be a great hatred between them and the children of Esau, Rome. So next to Esau, they have Rome in parentheses in this book. Can we show that? So some of these Edomites know exactly who Esau is.
Are y'all all right?
You see it?
Yeah. Are y'all okay?
Point to it, Gedaliah, so they know.
The children.
Okay.
The children of Esau, Rome.
See at the bottom line, hatred between them.
Back it up so they can get the whole.
And
right
the children of Esau, Rome. So
hold on right there.
That one Edomite knew what's to send to the other Edomite.
Hold it right there.
Right there. That's it.
There will be a great hatred between them, meaning the children of Israel, and the children of Esau. In case you don't know who Esau is, Rome.
Exactly.
That's what he's telling you.
That's for you so-called. That's for you Deuteronomy 23:7 lovers.
Right.
Don't pour Edomite. That Christian spirit.
Those guys are racist sitting up there. Did we write these books?
No.
Did we put these books together? Did we put a gun to somebody's head to make them write this?
No. Wait, look at above it. It says in the middle, Lord of the universe. Is it not enough for your sons what the evil kingdom of Edom, Rome. Evil kingdom of Edom, Rome.
Get Maccabees and evils. I'm showing you that our enemies know who they are. Yep. We're the ones that have been stupefied in these so-called Christian churches.
First Maccabees 1, verse...
Read verse 1 first, so you know who we're reading about.
And it happened after that, Alexander,
hold it. Listen good. Alexander, I want everybody to listen. Alexander was what? The king of the Greeks, correct? Yes. When you read in your Bibles, when you go to Daniel chapter 7, you read about the order of the empires. You read about the Babylonians. Then you read about the Persians and the Medes. Then you read about the Greeks. Then the Romans. That's the order of the empires that they have in Daniel 7. When you look in your Bibles, they end with the book of Malachi. Who was ruling during the time of Malachi? So when you turn the page and you're in the New Testament, who's ruling? Where is the history and the information on the Greek Empire, which Daniel recorded in the Apocrypha?
Right.
Thank you. Let's read.
First Maccabees 1, verse 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Kittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes.
So that was the kingdom that he took down, the Persians. Okay?
That he reigned in his stead.
That he ruled the earth. Come on.
The first over Greece.
The first over what?
Greece.
So we're going to read about this Greek Empire. We ain't done with that, Gedaliah. Just one more time. Get to the meat.
Verse 11.
Verse 11 of the same chapter.
Sorry, verse 9.
Verse 9? Okay, good.
And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth.
And what?
And evils.
And evils were multiplied in the earth. And evils were multiplied in the earth. They can't teach the people. That's why they had it removed out of the regular Bibles, because they can't say that civilization began with the Greeks when God calls them the devil straight up. He's saying that he said that the evil started with you. He said you're the evil people.
And spread.
That's what God is saying. I know a lot of people are having a hard time with that. Malachi. Let's see about more evil. Malachi 1. Yeah.
Malachi 1 verse 4. Whereas Edom saith.
Whereas, hold it. Whereas what?
Edom saith.
You look at the screen. And the what did we read up here? It says, Lord, where's that part? Lord of the universe, is it not enough for your sons what the evil kingdom of Edom, Rome did to them? Edom, Rome, the evil kingdom of Edom, Rome. And evils were multiplied in the earth.
And you get these dumb Israelites that say, no, Rome was not Edom. But the archaeology, the history here bears it out. The Bible tells you now you got archaeology writings to show you it is.
That's common knowledge. You can go online and see that.
Right.
Read on.
Malachi 1 verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
That's when they came back and built America. Come on.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down.
That's why the Most High said in the book of Revelation, he said this kingdom is going to go into perdition. He's going to destroy it with fire. He's going to kill it. Read.
And they shall call them.
And everybody going to know that this man's the devil. They all going to lift up a shout against him and say, woe unto him that increaseth that which is not his. They're going to know he's the devil. Read.
They shall call them the border of wickedness.
You are the people where wickedness begins. You are the inception of evil. Okay. Read it again.
And they shall call them.
And the people shall call the Edomites
the border of wickedness.
The border of wickedness and
the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
You hear that? Because God made him to be the devil. That's what he made him that way. Okay, so there's nothing you could do about it. I know a lot of people are upset, twisted about it. Had plans to marry him. You should have learned enough from that doctor.
Right. Here's another book called Classical Biblical Baby Name. This is how Rhodes scholars work. They'll do a book. It might seem like nonsense.
Right.
But in the book, there'll be 1 or 2 sentences that have significant meaning behind it. And they only let their people know where it is and what to look for.
You think, again, as simple and silly as this book look, how many so-called Negroes will even have this?
Right. Classical
Bible names. Biblical names. No, he ain't going near that. He want to name his son the devil.
Or Raheem.
Raheem. He want to name him Bam Bam and all kinds of Shakuma and all these wild
Shanae. Bilal.
A brother named his son Bilal. Can you believe this?
Oh. The author is Judith Tropia.
Edomite woman.
Edomite woman.
Judith, I spell that, Tropia.
Tropia is Tropea. Now on page 72, one of the boy names she has Esau. Now, I'm going to read the last sentence, and you get it on the screen. It says, of interest, according to the commentaries on Hebrew scripture, Esau is considered a significant character in world history and the forefather of the Roman Empire. Can we show that?
What does the word forefather mean? What does forefather mean? The generating root.
Right.
The Genesis. Edom is the Genesis of Rome. Right there.
That's good. Of interest, according to the commentaries on Hebrew scripture, Esau is considered a significant character in world history and the forefather of the Roman Empire.
You see that?
She didn't write that for Negroes. She wants our people to be arguing, no, it's not. That's for their people to understand their history. Y'all better get these books, I'm telling y'all.